Hey there. So it says we're live. Funny, you have to do different things to talk about the story, your story. I got a product pack. I'm not selling anything right now. I want to impress. You go to a movie, you expect a story. Now, sometimes it's a fantastic story thing on Apple TV called Invasion, and I didn't know anything about it, but I watched a few episodes on the way home from San Diego, or what is it, Las Vegas today, early Sunday morning, actually. Why do you watch things? Go to a movie or read a book or something. You get engaged. You see actors and characters and storylines and plots and plot devices. And sometimes, we have a story and it helps us escape from maybe the struggles. Right now, I want to talk about a different story. I want to talk about your life story. Write this, kids, you don't. You make a crap ton of money or story. And most of us look at our life story and think that we're boring, stupid, and don't have much to add. This vague idea that the things we've been through could really do stuff. And we have this sense that the story that we have is worth something. And I don't mean to sell to Hollywood. Maybe it is, but I don't overcome the resilience we've achieved, a degree of trust. We've learned a degree of self-reliance. All those kinds of things are they're a zillion times more valuable than we think. I learned that the hard career and energy in 2007. A couple of years later, I began to realize I wanted to be a coach. Because as I'd worked on myself, my life, lots of it was a disaster myself. 8, 9, 10, 3 years, hard. Seeing counsel a lot of success in corporate. That journey led me to know, you know what? It didn't change a lot. But it would be really valuable. Those kinds of lessons would be super valuable. All right. So they had a yearning at the same time to serve to those people, to be valuable in some way, to help people avoid the pitfalls and mistakes, the stupidity, the ideas that I had that stumbled, that landed me on my face time after time. And I decided I wanted to be a coach. I didn't even know what that was. I studied, I started writing books and all that stuff. And here I am 17 years later, that you already know about if you followed my stuff. And if you haven't, and you're interested to see that, there's a URL on the screen, Kellan. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is you have had your share of ups and downs, bankruptcies, illnesses, divorces, triumphs, big business. Those things have made you what you are. In the beginning stages of this, I went to a conference that was put on by a super powerful speaker. His name's Bo Eason. And he's played for the Houston Oilers. Anyway, he talked to us about story, and he told us about his story, and we were all riveted in the seats. Wow, it was to impress us, and also to sell us into a program, right? Which is fine. And I had already done a lot of public speaking, so for me, it wasn't about learning the speaking part, although that's really important for some. But it was about the story, and I got really frustrated. I heard him talk, and his story was amazing, and I was sitting on the edge of my seat like everybody else. And then I thought, it's not fair. He's got a great story. I don't. And it was so upsetting that I stomped out of the conference. And I was in frustration. I was actually emotional in frustration. And I thought, I could do that too, meaning what he had done, captivate the audience and sell programs or whatever. I could do that too if I had a story like that. But me, I got nothing. And I was so sure that I had absolutely nothing in my background, story, achievement, development that merited anything. I was absolutely certain of that. Now, that is utter and absolute nonsense. Since then, I've written 20 books. And all of them have come from my story. I've got a coaching program all over the world, clients everywhere, all coming from my story. I teach story writing. I teach all the things that I heard there. I have a book called The Story Arc. Big deal for you. This is my invitation for you to realize that you have a story and that your story is valuable. You may not know how to use it. You may not know how to organize it. You may not think anybody would listen or any of that, but I've got something for you. On the 12th of November, in about 3 weeks, I guess, we're going to have a class. It's not going to charge anything, just a little bit of your time, an hour a week. An hour a day for 4 days or 5 days that week. And here's where to go find out about it. It is how to discover the story that you have, how to turn it into something valuable, to mine it for the diamonds, and then how to create impact and income, just like I have, and tons of other people, like Bo is teaching us. So here's the URL: Dream, Build, Write It. Dream, Build, Write It.com. DreamBuildWriteIt.com. Go there, register for that masterclass challenge, 5-day challenge. Here's what we're going to teach. I'm going to teach you how to identify the elements of your story. I'm going to have you get rid of this silly idea that I had. My story's not valuable. I don't have anything people would listen to. It doesn't matter anyway. There's another idea that we cling to that is not right either, and that is this: mountain. I got a lot to go, so nobody wants to read a story. Nonsense. The documented work in progress is fascinating. It's encouraging. And as long as you're willing to share, and I'm going to teach you how, your story is the most valuable thing you have. It's more valuable than your skill. I don't care if you've learned to be a doctor or a lawyer or a rocket scientist. Your developmental story is the most valuable asset you own. And the cool thing about it is it's completely unique. You're different than every single other person who has ever breathed air on the earth. Now, it won't tell itself. It won't help you unless you're willing to do the work, but I'm going to show you the path. I'm going to show you the tools, show you the way to make this happen for you. Okay. Now, over the next several days, I'm going to do these lives here like this, but I'm going to talk about different elements of it. So one of them I'm going to talk about today, and that is you have a powerful story, whether you think so or not. I have a client who said to me, yeah, but I haven't had any hardships. I haven't had any problems. I had a great upbringing. I had great parents and great experience. And so I said, okay, wonderful. good thing is, lots of the opposite. So let's talk. And as we talked, and I asked some questions, sure enough, they were able to see very quickly that their unique journey through life was not only unique, it was powerful, and it could easily be of inspiration and value. Now, you may not want to write a book, or you may not want to coach, or you may not want to be a consultant. You may not want to do that. Regardless, doing the work to discover your own, what I call your developmental arc, it's really answering the question, how did you become who you are, that you think like you do, you believe what you do, you value what you do, you impact certain people, you have a yearning to serve, like we all have those, but for different reasons. And so discovering your developmental story is so powerful. It gives you the ability to speak, it gives you the ability to serve, and it gives you the ability to make money if you want to. Your developmental story is the most valuable thing you have. So sign up for this. And the next few days on these lives, I'm going to talk about different aspects of how to discover your story, how to use it, and how to create impact, meaning make a difference in the world. I know impact is overused, but also how to make a living. I do. And I know a zillion people that do also. I also know a zillion people who wish they could and don't believe they have something valuable. And every time I hear that, I yearn, if we could just work together for a while, I can show you. And on top of that, what I know is, given the chaos around us, the world, people, we need as many good examples of resilience, capability, sticking with it, not giving up, overcoming obstacles, choosing to add good to the world. We need as many of those examples as we can get. And that includes yours. So 2 things. Tune in for the next bunch of lives over the next several days, because I'm going to talk about several ways that you can identify your story, use it, and create value and fun. It's fun too. So also go to dreambuildwriteit.com, dreambuildwriteit.com, and sign up for the challenge. It doesn't cost anything, and it'll unlock a world of secrets, fun, power, and income if you want to do the work to turn it into products. Love you. Can't wait to meet you and hear your coolness. We'll see you tomorrow.